Walk down a typical busy street in London today, and you'll notice a shift in the traffic. Interspersed among the familiar red double-decker buses and traditional European sedans is a growing concentration of logos that weren't there 5 years ago. Badges from BYD, Geely, Jaecoo, and Omoda have moved from being unknown imports to common sights. The presence of these brands suggests a specific strategy for market entry. To understand the transition, we have to look at how they managed to establish this presence in such a short window. The UK is currently serving as the primary gateway, the first domino to fall in a wider expansion across the continent. Look at a single Geely dealership in Maidstone, southeast of London. Since opening last year, they have seen a steady increase in sales, recently reaching a volume of over 1,000 vehicles a month. This chart shows the volume of Chinese vehicle imports to the UK. In 2015, the annual total was less than 1,000. By 2025, that number had climbed to over 285,000. Drivers visiting these dealerships are making a practical assessment. They are finding that these new electric vehicles offer technology and interiors that are often equal to or better than the offerings from established brands. For decades, legacy automakers maintained a consistent market share by following predictable development cycles and price points, assuming their brand history would protect them. By maintaining that pace, established manufacturers allowed a gap in value to form. Chinese brands engineered their products specifically to meet the needs of that underserved segment. That value gap recently reached a significant economic milestone. For the first time, the average new electric vehicle in the UK is now cheaper to purchase than a comparable petrol model. A German-built Volkswagen Tiguan hybrid starts at £43,000. A Chinese-built BYD Seal costs £10,000 less. Chinese government subsidies lower manufacturing costs, drop in export prices. Furthermore, the UK's £3,750 EV grant reduces upfront costs, widening the gap against traditional petrol cars. Additionally, the UK's ZEV mandate requires manufacturers to meet strict sales targets for electric vehicles. To avoid heavy fines, up to £15,000 per non-compliant car, manufacturers are under pressure to discount their EV inventory heavily. The combination of foreign industrial support and local environmental policies has created a price advantage that established petrol models are currently unable to match. On a broader scale, the volume of these exports has grown rapidly. 5 years ago, China sent just over 100,000 vehicles to Europe. Since then, that volume has increased to more than 1.7 million. This scale is supported by vertical integration. Manufacturers optimize their supply chains by utilizing state-of-the-art automated factories to increase production speed while keeping costs low. This expansion is creating immediate pressure for European manufacturers. Volkswagen, long a dominant force, has seen its operating profits fall as it struggles to compete with these new, lower-priced alternatives. Success in the current market depends on balancing price, technology, and the speed of innovation. Currently, European brands are finding it difficult to keep pace with their new competitors in all three areas. Traditional manufacturers are facing a difficult choice: find a way to lower domestic production costs or watch their market share continue to erode. Industry leaders are taking notice. Ford CEO Jim Farley has acknowledged that the technology and value found in these new models are challenging the way established companies think about their own products. In response, Ford is shifting its strategy to develop a new $30,000 electric platform, specifically intended to compete with manufacturers like BYD on both price and features. Other manufacturers are choosing collaboration over direct competition. Stellantis has entered a joint venture with Leapmotor, a move designed to protect its presence in the European market. By sharing its manufacturing capacity in Spain with a Chinese partner, Stellantis is attempting to adopt the same supplier base and production efficiencies that its competitors use. These shifts suggest that the century-old business models of Western automakers are being rebuilt. Staying competitive now requires either a complete overhaul of internal platforms or forming alliances with the new arrivals. Even the market's early leaders are seeing a shift. Tesla's market share in the UK has begun to slip as consumers find more affordable alternatives to the brand that once dominated the segment. When the brand that defined the modern EV era sees its share diminish in the face of new options, it indicates that brand loyalty is being weighed more heavily against price and features. Looking back at the Maidstone dealership, the growth targets remain ambitious. These new brands are aiming for a significant share of the UK market by 2030, and they are achieving this momentum while their infrastructure is still being built. The changes seen on British streets serve as more than just a local trend. The UK has become the environment where the future of the global auto industry is currently being negotiated.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to World Economy for more insightful content.